Welcome to sportsbookreview.com. This is the College Football Show. I'm Gary.
And I'm Chris.
Today's show is our top 5 favorite regular season win total bets for the 2020 college football season. Obviously, no Big Ten, no Pac-12, and we don't have odds for the smaller conferences yet, but we're going to give you what we got for the 3 power conferences that are playing. That would be the SEC, the ACC, and the Big 12. Before we get any further, though, go over to sbrpicks.com/NCAAF for all of your coverage for the college football season coming up. We're going to be here all year. It's going to be a fantastic time. Just make sure that you are kept up to date. We'll say that. Just kept up to date right there. You can also like this video and make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. That is going to keep you notified, let you know when we're going live, let you know when we've got new videos, etc. We are going to keep it rocking. Chris, do you want to start us off?
Sure.
All right, I'll let you go ahead with your first one here.
So the first team I've got on here is Miami Hurricanes.
Okay.
Their season win total that we found was 7.5 as of right now. To go under would be plus 110, and I don't think they're getting close to 7.5 wins.
But you don't think they're getting close?
I think I have them at 5 wins.
Does that include the non-conference?
I'm sure it
Well,
does.
it's UAB.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
Okay. So, yeah, if you've got them at 5 wins.
I mean, that means they've got to win 3 games better than what I think. I just don't – I believe they're trying to install a new offense with a new quarterback in a COVID year in which they don't get to be around each other a lot.
That's a valid point.
The defense has been good, but they're just a team that I don't trust.
And they lost both of their best linemen, offense and defense.
I think offensively they're still going to struggle.
You might be right. People do have a lot of faith in Rhett Lashley, but, you know, he has, as we've talked about before, he is one of those guys that is always under the offensive guru, right? Gus Malzahn at Auburn. When he went to UConn, he didn't really do anything by himself, and then he goes down to SMU, and he's under Sonny Dykes. Those are the geniuses. He's running their offenses. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see.
He's never been the predominant play caller.
You've got that right. You have got that right. Now, they do have the talent to be able to do it, but
they've had the talent for the last 10 years.
Oh, they certainly have. They certainly have. All right. My first one here is the TCU Horned Frogs. I'm going under 6 wins, and it's minus 155 right now. I'm willing to pay the juice. They lost their quarterback, Max Duggan. He is out for, it looks like, the season. They're saying indefinitely, but it was a heart condition that they didn't know that he had, and now they're going to get him treatment and whatnot. And this was all thanks to testing for COVID, right? Sure. This is all stuff that he had not been tested for before. And, you know, it comes back, hey, you got a problem. We need to fix this before you're allowed on the field. So all of that starting experience that he had at quarterback last year, that's gone for TCU. And they already were kind of on the fence of 5 wins, 6 wins maybe, whatever. They opened up with SMU, who's got a ton of returning production. You know, it's still Sonny Dykes. It's still their guys. And
they could win that game, but it's not going to be easy.
Correct. And if they lose the first one out of the gate, they are in some major league trouble.
Yes.
I'm going under 6 wins at minus 155. I think they probably do 4-5 and maybe 5-4 in conference. So if you get the SMU win, then you're hitting right on the 6. I'm going under right there.
Yeah, I tried to avoid a lot of juice. I think I only have bad juice on 1.
I got a lot of juice on some of these.
No, see, so I kind of went the contrarian way. So my next pick is going to be Mississippi State. I got Mississippi State over the 4. Over the 4 wins pays you plus 150.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a number. I don't see any way on earth they don't get 4 wins. I think 4 is a complete and utter floor.
So, it might be.
So therefore, you're looking at a coin flip on getting plus 150.
Yeah.
That's just too good.
I mean,
I don't know how you pass that up.
I don't know how you
walk away from that.
Yeah, it might be the Egg Bowl. It might be the game against Lane Kiffin that gets them to the 5.
Yeah, but they've got a lot more talent than Ole Miss right now.
Oh, absolutely.
I just think that if the talent's equal, you know, that's going to be a fun game every year. Right now, that talent's not equal.
No, you're right. Next one up for me. And I talked about a lot of juice, and this one has definitely got some juice on it. That would be the Kansas State Wildcats. Now, Chris Kleiman, Obviously, everybody fell in love with him again last year, won a bunch of national championships in North Dakota State, et cetera, et cetera. Last year, there was a ton of returning production. They had a senior-heavy team. This year, not that much returning production. It's going to take them some time, and they've got just a ridiculous schedule, right? The way that it sets up, it's not good. Under 5.5 is -170. I'm willing to pay it. And for those that are watching this that don't know what that means, that's you pay $170 to win back 100. I'm willing to pay that because I don't see any way that they get to 6 wins because it is just a ridiculous schedule.
So you're going to see a pattern here. We'd bet totally different. I'm not risking money on sure things where I have to lay. I would rather risk money to win a lot more. Yeah. And I would rather take dogs, and I would just rather take chances. I am a true gambler, and that's the nature of this. I'm getting positive odds on almost all of these. And if I lay juice, I'm laying as minimal juice as I can. My next bet is Mizzou. If you saw us do our SEC preview already, if you've watched that video, if you haven't, go check that video out. I don't think this team's going to be very good. I said it in the video then. I'm going to say it now. They stink like Arkansas. That every coaching hire they made, the whole way they've handled this entire situation is exactly what Arkansas did when they went from Brett Bielema to Chad Morris. And I don't think there's any way on earth this works year one. I don't think it's going to work long term. Damn sure not year one. Numbers 2.5. I don't see them any way on earth getting 3 wins. And once again, I get positive odds. +110 to take the under. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
That doesn't make sense at all.
Well, they are projected favorites in, 3 games, I believe?
Yeah, that's projected favorites. They weren't projected to win 3 games, though.
No, they were projected to win like 3.93.
I don't know. I just think that projection's wrong, man.
But yes, obviously these are just like analytics,
yes.
Right? Advanced analytics, prediction or predictive.
They've got a transfer quarterback that I don't think is good at all. You know, they've got a coach that sat in the chair of a great organization for 5 minutes and he won all the games. Congratulations, you won the games with somebody else, and then you got a big boy job.
That would be head coach Eli Drinkwitz that he's talking about. That was at App State for 1 season, won 13 games, but it was set up for him. It was set up for him. Next one for me, I'm going to the ACC for this one, and that would be the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. I love Jeff Collins. I absolutely do. But their win total is 2.5. And they ain't set up yet. This is year 0 extended. Right? Now, you would look at it normally and say, okay, well, you schedule somebody blah in non-conference. Okay, that's cool. Except that they scheduled Central Florida in non-conference. Not good. Not good. So, I don't know that there is any way that they get to 2 wins. I don't know that there's any way, or I guess 3 wins. I don't know that they even get to 2, and the number is 2.5. It's -130. So, explain again, 130 to win 100. This looks like easy money to me. I'm going under the 2.5 here. I think I'm betting a lot of unders, but I mean, I think this is easy money, absolute easy money. I just don't think that Georgia Tech is set up yet. The recruiting is coming, but it ain't there yet. So that's my feelings on it. Who you got for your 4th one?
My 4th one, once again, if you heard our preview, you know I love this team. It's Texas A&M. Texas A&M's number is 7. Once again, I think that's their floor. Now, for the first time all day, I got to take some juice. I got to lay some juice. It's -115, not too bad. I absolutely think the worst they can do is 7, which means they've got a couple of coin flip games against teams that are probably better than them, but will all of those teams beat them? I don't know. Can they win any coin flip or close games? I feel good about that. I just got to get to 8, but once again, 7 is the floor for them. I don't see this team losing 4 games in a 10-game season.
They've got Alabama, Florida, LSU, and then I guess Tennessee would be the well. There's Auburn and Tennessee, so they've got some. Some
I'm not saying they're going to mull through it.
Well, no, I know. But that's where I was coming from with it. Is I can understand
they could lose all 3 of the Alabama, Florida, and LSU games and still push. And I think they've got a hell of a shot, if you heard the preview, to win multiple of those games.
Oh, yeah.
Not just one of those games. I think they can win 2 or 3 of them.
You had them.
I had them
9-1.
I have them 9-1.
Yeah.
I think this is the most talented team Jimbo has had since being at A&M. I think this is one of the most loaded teams that A&M's had in a long, long time. They are ready to win.
And the most experienced quarterback in the SEC.
That's it.
Yep. You are correct about that. All right. Going back to the ACC well here, and that would be the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. Now, you know me. I love Dave Clawson. But I got to go under again. And when I saw this number, I was floored. Now, it is a ton of juice. A ton of juice. It is under 5.5 at minus 190. But the talent is not there. They lose Jamie Newman. And I would have felt, okay, maybe a little different going the opposite direction had Sage Surratt not decided to opt out for the season. And he is their best long threat or their deep threat, whatever. He's their best wide receiver. He is what the offense was really predicated around last year. And now you've got, I'll say, a new quarterback. It's Sam Hartman that's already been there for a long time. But, you know, Hartman lost the job to Newman. So he understands the offense, but they lost a ton. Oh, no, I mean, they only got one returning starter now because Surratt's gone. So this isn't a good year to not have any kind of experience coming back. And, I mean, they deal with any kind of injuries, anything like that. They are in some serious, serious trouble. I'm going under the 5.5. It's minus 190. It's a ton of juice. You know, is what it is.
There's no bet in the world. If you bet me that I got to give you $2 to win back $1, that 3 months from now, you're going to hold my $2 for 3 months. And in 3 months from now, the sun's going to come up. I'm not doing that bet. I'm just not. That's insane. But that's just that we have different mindsets. It's a different
way of looking at things. No,
my last one is the biggest juice I've got. It's my LSU Tiger. It's the only homer pick I have out of all the picks we're going to make today. My LSU Tigers going over the 7, just like A&M. I think 7 is the floor for them. I'm laying a lot of juice. It's minus 140. This is the only one I'm laying a bunch of juice on because I just think this team's going to win 7 games. Can they win 8 and actually get me to the positive side of this? I don't know. But I don't think there's any way they win 6 or less. I just can't see that. The team is way too talented.
I can believe
just way too talented.
I'm going back to the Big 12 for my 5th one, but I agree with you on the LSU thing. They are super talented, and really, I mean, the schedule sets up fairly nice.
Yeah, no, they got a super gimme gift when they realigned the schedule, and they were able to pick up Missouri and Vanderbilt.
100%.
That's
100%. All right. Again, going over to the Big 12, I'm going with the Iowa State Cyclones. I love this team. I love the quarterback, Brock Purdy. I love the coach, Matt Campbell. Last year, had issues with one-possession games. They lost 4 of the 5 games they lost were one-possession games. 2 of them by 1 point. 1 of them by 2 points. I mean, it was just ridiculous. And a lot of the turnover luck, stuff like that, did not go in their favor last year. A lot of returning experience. Really good team. The schedule sets up well. They got Oklahoma in week 2. They start out with Louisiana, who is tough. But this is a really good team, a really well-coached team. I think that they are going to be able to handle that, no problem. Over 6.5 is minus 115. I've got them winning 8 games. So, yeah, I'm going over that 6.5 at minus 115. I feel good about it. So you want to recap your picks?
Yep. I got Miami under 7.5 plus 110. Got LSU over 7 at minus 140. I've got Mississippi State at over 4 for plus 150. I've got Mizzou under 2.5 at plus 110, and I've got Texas A&M over 7 at minus 115.
And I've got TCU under 6 at minus 155. I've got Kansas State under 5.5 at minus 170. Georgia Tech under 2.5 at minus 130. Wake Forest under 5.5 at minus 190. And Iowa State over 6.5 at minus 115. Again, you can find everything you need to know about us over at sbrpicks.com/NCAAF. We got a ton of content over there. Make sure that you visit it on the regular. Let's see. For sportsbookreview.com, I'm Gary.
And I'm Chris.
And make sure that you are subscribed to the show.